All right, so you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Tony.
Andy.
And you and how many other people are?
Well, there's two others who are not here, but we are Morte.
Now, how long? You've been around for a long time, haven't you?
Morte has been in existence since 1996 or 97, actually.
Wow, I was going to guess 95, but I couldn't remember when the first time I heard of you.
Good guess, though.
Good guess. Yeah, it's been a long, really awesome, fun road.
Now, how many of you are from the original lineup?
Well, it was me and Gopal originally, but Tony's been here since right at the beginning. So it's basically the two of us are the long-standing members, and the other two guys have only been with us for about a year, but it's one of the best lineups we've had in a long time.
Easy and it's fun.
Yeah, our drummer Brandon now was actually in a metal band with me called Nerve No Pain back in high school. So, yeah, he was very comfortable fit. And Tony, Brandon's a guy around town, so we all know him well.
I've known Brandon for years, and he's such a good. It was very easy for him.
Yeah, and Marshall's been awesome too. Like, he's been really fun on bass and real easy to work with and stuff. So.
Now, you're based out of where?
Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yes, sir.
And you have how many records out now?
Including EPs?
I think we have 6 full lengths and 2 EPs.
Is that right?
I think that's right.
Okay, and you're working on a new one currently.
Yes. Yeah, we finished writing it not too long ago, and we got started on recording it, and hopefully we're going to be flying through that and getting it out as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, are you on a label at the moment?
Metropolis Records.
You're on a Metropolis.
Yes.
Okay.
Been with them since our album The Quiet.
Okay.
Very cool label.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anything bad about Metropolis.
They've always been really good to us.
They're one of those labels that keep their word. If they say they're going to do it, it gets done. If they don't say they're going to do it, don't expect it. It's one of those things. They've been nothing but cool with us.
Now, you've toured across the U.S.
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
How about out of country?
Yes.
Yeah, we've done Canada, we've done Europe.
What do you see as the differences when you tour the different countries?
Language. No. Don't understand a goddamn thing.
I think there's something to a band coming from one country to play in any other country. There's an excitement there. I know when any out of country band, like an international band, comes to like our town to play, there's a buzz around that. It's like you don't know when you're gonna see that band again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas we're 8 hours. We live 8 hours from here, and we still draw really well here, but I imagine if we came from the UK or something like that, then it would be even that much bigger a deal.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, there's a certain excitement because it's not someone you can just drive to see when they set up a show, or they can, they'll be touring through your town or
right.
something like that. I mean, like, yeah, it's you just. I mean, some bands come over once every 10 years.
Yeah, I remember there's the other guys.
Oh, hi, camera!
Oh, hi, Tony.
I'm just here for the Tostitos anyway.
But
well, y'all be quiet over there. Just sit and
don't
eat,
crunch.
Yeah, we're trying to do something.
to get things done and sell.
I'm the jerk in the band.
Millions
I'm the one that keeps it together.
Right. But we one thing that was funny is when we first went over to the UK, we got warned like, hey, be careful. They're much more serious over there, and the audiences are serious and this and that. And we went over there, and they were also like, oh, and they don't like Americans and this and stuff. I remember one of the first things we did in Germany was start chanting USA at the crowd, and everybody was so good humored, like everywhere we've been.
When we went to London, they said, people like you here. It's just the way the crowd is. Don't be upset when they just stand there and stare at you.
Yeah.
We opened with a song called Logic, and people were singing and dancing from start to finish.
It was fucking great.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast. I read a great review of that show.
And we had Zombina and the Skeletons open one of our shows, and that was
that show too.
Yeah, we're such big fans of theirs. So it was very cool. Before we played, they were on, and we were in the front row of their show before we went on. I was a little tired up on stage and still went crazy.
I mean, God, they're so good.
They're phenomenal. Yeah.
What's one of the weirdest things that's happened to you playing a show?
Well, playing a show, it hasn't gotten crazy weird, but we were eating in a Wendy's once. Sometime we were out in Salt Lake City, and I was in line at Wendy's, and I think it was who went in first?
Corn Dog.
It was Corn Dog, and he comes out, and you gotta go look at the bathroom. You gotta go look at the bathroom.
Corn Dog's one of our old guys that used to do merch and drive for us.
Yeah, he's a country musician too. He's really fucking good.
Amazing.
And so I was like, I'm not getting out of line. This dude's trying to get my spot in line. So I'm like, oh, dude, go to hell. And then next thing you know, was it Gopal went next?
Gopal, and then
Gopal comes out, you gotta go in there, gotta go in there, look, and I'm like, fuck that. But eventually, like, the third person goes in, and I'm like, okay, I got
person.
Oh, third person.
Third man in.
And so I go in there, and I open the door, and there's this enormous fat man wearing nothing but socks, and he's got one leg up on the counter, and he's covered in his own shit, head to toe, like shit everywhere. And so I come out and I'm like, next, you know. And so each of us going in, and we all have like different colors. So it's like a bunch of fucking Skittles going into this bathroom, looking at a shit-covered fat man. And
I don't mean to interrupt you. My favorite thing is I went in there and he was same thing, nothing but socks covered in shit. But no clothes. Like, why would you take your shirt off? You had crap on your shirt. But when you walked in, he would dirty look you.
like you made a mistake.
Like, oh my God, you're covered in shit. And you're like, whoa, no, that's you.
Well, a few minutes later, we're eating, and like the guy walks out wearing nothing but like those little like 80s running shorts. And he's looking at us all mad like we did something. But I went up to the counter.
Next time we won't shit his pants.
Yeah. I went up to the counter and I looked at the employee, and the guy standing there, I'm like, there's a naked obese man covered in shit in your bathroom. And the guy said, what do you mean? And I said, what could I mean?
I mean, the baked potatoes are great. What are you talking about? What do I mean?
So,
that code
I don't know if that qualifies for weird, but I thought it was weird.
Yeah, I think that qualifies.
The funny thing, though, is that it turns out this guy had done it before. And they were like, not again. And the manager who said, what do you mean? Then I guess once he figured it out, he came out and he had his gloves on and he was holding the garbage bag the dude threw his doo-doo clothes in. And he held it up and he looked at all of us and it was like us and like, it was... I don't remember who was with us. Some hot chicks, probably. But probably not. But he held it up, and he held up his bag, and he said, does anyone need some clothes? And we were cracking it. When he said that, the craziest thing that happened at a show, I was thinking on stage, and the first thing I thought was Nashville, and the dude hit me with a cigarette.
Oh, and Tony went crazy.
I went crazy. I remember hearing him. So I looked, and I'm like going nuts. Dude flung a cigarette in my face. And then was like sitting there like, what did I do?
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to is what he said. Like you could have dropped it on the ground and said you flung it at my face and you think I'm not going to come off the stage and fucking kill you?
So he's screaming into the mic for 10 minutes.
Well, no, I tried to get off the stage, but the red hair girl, it's really cool.
Was in the way.
She wouldn't let me down the stairway and I wasn't going to hit her, but there was a big glass ashtray on the stage that I was going to show him where to put the cigarette with. And the best I'm sitting there, I'm just flip out and stop playing in the middle of a song and I'm screaming and I'm going crazy. And then I realized that I'm screaming, going crazy, and there's nothing else. And I turn and I look,
and we're standing there patiently, like.
It wasn't even that. I remember like seeing Gopal just like waiting, like just waiting for the cops to come and take me away. It's kind of what I wait on in Nashville every time we go now.
Yeah, you did good last time.
I did good last time.
You're growing up.
I say it's never my fault.
So do you write the lyrics?
Yes.
And where do you get inspiration for that from?
You know, like I gotta hate the generic answer, but life. You know, I'm very into horror films. Definitely a lot of influence comes out of horror films, horror literature, and there's always been a theme with Bella Morte of you know, kind of the flow of time and how depressing the best times are because they're fleeting. You know, that's always been like a big theme with us, and there you'll find a song like kind of on that subject on every album, and definitely not a depressed guy or anything like that, but that's kind of what comes out of the part of my head that writes lyrics. So.
That's what keeps us laughing so much is because, you know, it's like with me as well when I'm writing music wise, you know, it's a really safe way to flood different things that you feel, that you go through, you know, and situation, everything else. You know, if I'm in, you know, if I'm pissed, you're gonna hear something heavy come out of me. If I'm sad, you're gonna hear something sad come out of me. You know, and it's nice, and it's like a decent way to get it out, so that, you know, you don't have to dwell on crap. You know, you can get it out and then you can move on and have a good time.
How do the songs come together?
Well, on this album, what we did was basically Tony and I would just come in with like kind of a rough outline, and then we'd sit down and map out the songs, and we'd be up till 4 or 5 in the morning every night, just constantly working out these songs. And then what we do is we take these finished pieces and we bring in Brandon, and we've already written a beat, but Brandon will then alter the hell out of it to you know, improve the hell out of it, because all we do is write rough loops and stuff like that. So Brandon comes in and does that, and then we don't write any bass parts, so Marshall comes in, puts the bass down. That's how we wrote this last album. The process does change album per album, but this album, I mean, it was basically us like locking ourselves in and just knocking the songs out one at a time.
Yeah, we'd meet few days a week, and we would say, okay, well, we're gonna stay in here. But and that was the other thing is, we're like, yeah, we like to do like, oh, we'll go till we know we're done, kind of thing. Like no pressure. Go in there, we'd have a blast, and then we'd say, oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, maybe I should go home at some point.
Yeah, there were a couple times when we heard birds, and that's how we knew it was time.
And the worst part is a lot of times if we'd like come up with these ideas that we really liked and we really wanted to work on it, we'd burn a couple copies and bring them home, each go home with it so we can listen to it and everything like that. But then I get in the car and I start playing it, and I'm listening to them like, this part's good, I like this. Now else I'm like driving past my street, and I'm driving around the block, and then I finally am like, you know what, I need to go inside, take a shower, go to bed. I go inside, and you have to walk past the radio when you go to the living room.
Right.
So you turn on, you put it in, and the next thing I know, it's like Opal's leaving for work, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, shh, this part's awesome.
Now you've been a band through the whole digital revolution. How do you think that's changed things? Like, not just people downloading stuff, but also the fact that things are going more digital, less hard copy.
It's good and bad. I do like the access people have to music. I think one thing, and this might just be my perception, but I do feel like it's making people a little more open-minded about music. Like, I feel like there used to be, and once again, this might just be like kind of my point of view, but I used to feel like metalheads were metalheads, and like these goth kids were goth kids, and I don't know, I think music being so accessible right now, and you don't have to sink 15 to 20 bucks into an album anymore. You can buy a song, or for the people that want to, you can download it for free. Access has become insane, and so I think you find a lot of people that are like, yeah, I'm a big Morte fan, and I like Slayer, and that new Lady Gaga song is just fucking awesome, and I'm one of those.
Yeah, well, and I also think a really, really a good thing is I remember, I can't remember the name of the place, in Chicago next to the Metro. Mm-hmm. It was this little record store, a little hole-in-the-wall record store, great record store. You walk in, it was punk albums, it was metal albums. And I think a lot of record stores are getting that way. You'd walk into, whatever, like a Sam Goody or whatever, those are still around. And you walk through, and it's whatever the hits are, whatever bands have been hits since the '60s or something. You're gonna walk in and you're gonna find, the Beatles, but you're not gonna walk in and find like
Suicidal Tendencies.
There you go. Thank you, God. Right, you got me. And so I think a lot of times it was like he said, people didn't have access. Like I knew if I wanted a punk album, I'd have to either order it or I'd have to wait till we were on tour and I knew there was a good record store or something like that, and I think that, now it's easy. And there honestly are some people that even though they're into the music, but frankly, probably because of where they feel like they stand socially, would almost be embarrassed to go into some of those stores. It's true.
Yeah.
And
younger fans.
Yeah, and and so it's nice that you're sitting at home by yourself, you want to, hear a song that you don't think your friends will be cool with, or, whatever the case may be, it's a lot easier just to go and get it. You don't have to search. You don't have to hope to find the right record store, or hope to find a place that can order it, or anything like that. It's just so easy,
The business side's gotten tricky, of course. You gotta sell concert tickets now, and you gotta sell t-shirts. You can't download a t-shirt. Yeah. And that is key now. You can't go out there and think, I think it was a couple weeks ago when Katy, or a month ago, I don't remember, but Katy Perry's album was the #1 album in the country, and it had sold 200,000 copies, which 20 years ago, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
You know how many albums Def Leppard sold? No.
So the business side's tricky, but at the same time, it just makes you be a better band. If you're going to make it, you better have something to back it up, because you can't put one decent song out and have an album of crap to back it up, because people only got to buy that one song now, or download it for free.
And I think it also helps kind of, there's always going to be the much bigger business end of it, though. Be able to make someone filthy rich off like one stupid song. But I think it also helps weed out a lot of people that are there for the wrong reasons, our next album, it'll probably do pretty good, but we're not going to sell 5 million albums the first week, And
that's pessimism.
And
we're aiming at 3 million.
But what I mean is but we're still going to be out there touring. We love doing it, and it'll make somebody who's like prime motive is to like be a star. Like, you know, he won't be driving slow in front of us anymore. You know what I'm saying? So,
do you think downloading hurts you, helps you, both?
It's both. I mean, you know, it hurts because you don't get that money right up front. Or you don't get that money, you know, at all in some cases.
But you get ticket sales from somebody who.
That's what I'm saying. You got to roll it. You got to be smart. You know, Trent Reznor wrote this really amazing article about how, like, you know, your music, you got to start looking at it as, I don't want to paraphrase him incorrectly, but it was something to the effect of you got to start considering kind of your music's free and start getting smart with your packaging and things like that. You know, be clever with what you're doing and honestly just be realistic. You know, whether we like it or not, that's where things are at. And there are people that grew up, and it's not even their own fault. They grew up assuming music's free because it was. They grew up at, you know, at age 10, if I had Napster, I would have stolen everything. I would have never bought an album because it wouldn't have even made sense at the time to buy an album. I'd be like, why? There's this website. You know, you haven't gotten to that point, and so if you grew up like that, it's probably hard to turn 16 or 17 and then all of a sudden say, oh, I should start buying all of this stuff.
And it's not going to happen, and that's only going to get worse.
It's a mentality that's kind of done. So it's accept it or whine about it, and we choose not to whine.
There was no point. It's not going to do anything. You know? Only thing that I will say I'll whine about a little bit is the fact that I don't like that CDs are going away, because I'm the opposite of the free download, where like I like having the physical CDs.
I'm the same way.
I'm not one of those people. I'm always looking too far into what's going to happen in the future. I'm like, what happens if my computer crashes? I don't have any music.
I'm in the middle ground. I actually have gotten where I don't like physical, but I do purchase my music, but I make backups. You know, it bugged me when iTunes used to not let you. Basically, the songs were, you couldn't burn them. But now that they, what's it called, DMR?
DRM.
DRM. Now that their music, DRM free is the deal. Now I don't mind it. You know, I've got the songs. I wish they were WAV files is my only complaint. Instead of MP3s, I wish they were full waves. That would make a huge difference to me. But still, you know, I think they come in at 256 or something now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Now you also write?
Yes. Yeah, my first novel, The Sticks, came out on Delirium Books in April of 2009. Since then, I had a novelette come out on Thunderstorm Books this year, actually, and I think it was April, called The Third House. And my next full-length novel comes out early next year on Thunderstorm Books, and it's called All the Darkness in the World.
Oh, you write a lot, apparently.
I wrote a bunch. I'm already like on the way on a zombie novel, so.
All the Darkness in the World, the one that you were reading us parts of.
Yeah, the vampire thing.
Good.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Whatever one it is that you're reading, it had all those really funny parts. It's good stuff.
Yeah, but he actually proofread The Sticks for me. He was one of the first people to read it.
I did. I was one of the first people that read it, and I went through and I said...
So it's not straight horror?
It's horror with a sense of humor, but it's not overt humor. It's not like Shaun of the Dead, where it's meant to be funny. It's a horror story. It's a
horror story with humor.
Story told through the eyes of a guy that's funny.
That's like, like a regular guy. Yeah, it's one of those things. One thing I'll say about it is... when I did like one of the first proofreadings or whatever, I actually did it while we were in the studio doing Bleed the Gray Sky Black. Yeah. When I had downtime, I'd read it. And I'm not a guy who reads a lot of fiction. I read a lot of biography books. And it was one of those things where, and I kind of hate saying this because like we're like family, so I'm not like it's the best thing you ever read. But like I had a blast reading it. I read it in like no time. I had you know, it was a fun book. You got into the characters, and it was. You know, it was fun. And like you said, it wasn't. You know, it's not like you're reading a book of jokes or something, but it just, you know, it had all the elements that you want in something, you know, a good book. It's, you know, so you're laughing and you're like, oh my god, that's gross, and you're like, that's
the Sticks the Werewolf story, and as far as tone goes, I would compare it to like as far as cinema, because I wrote it seeing a movie in my head, but I'd say like, you know, American Werewolf in London or Ginger Snaps, as opposed to The Howling, which I also love, but it's not that mood, it's the mood of the others.
Right.
So.
Fun.
Yeah, it's kind of in that realm, and the monsters are secondary.
Where are those available?
Horror Mall is, I think it's horror-mall.com, is a great place to get them. You can also get them on the Bella Morte online store. It's actually, there's a deal where you get both of my books for a cheaper price, and then you can also pick up your Bella Morte CDs while you're there.
Nice.
You actually can't buy the books without buying Bella Morte CD. I just made that rule. No,
I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, is there anything else people should know about Bella Morte?
We are so good. Oh my god.
Really smart too. Charming, good looking.
I've seen other bands play, but I just don't know that they're as good.
Usually what I do is I make sure that any club we play has a mirror in the back wall so that I can enjoy watching us play as much as everyone else, I'm sure, is enjoying
Tony's feet smell like bakery fresh cinnamon rolls. Like 9 days out of 10. The 10th day they just smell like toothpaste, and I've never been able to figure that out. But
it makes sense if once you've been in the band for like 3 years, you get you're privy to that.
Much less, if you eat nothing but cinnamon buns for 9 days, eventually you're gonna brush your teeth. Am I right? And explain.
So yeah, just that we're really good, and if you disagree with us, I mean, that's the same thing as being wrong. And if you like being wrong,
we tour a lot, so we'll come to your city eventually. So we'll find you,
and we'll tell you, hey man, how could you be so wrong? And just say no.
And and then we'll come up to you while you're like at your job bagging groceries or something. And we'll say, hey man, you want to come to our show? And you'd be like, oh yeah, cool. Because you'd be like, oh, I'll go to a free show even though I'm not too into this band. And we'll say, nah, you can't. Even if you show up, guess what? You're not coming in the door. Boom.
Boom.
See ya.
Out. Tony down.
Tony down.
Tony down.
Tony down and you're out.